It was the 10th day of May in Lake City, Florida. A beautiful spring day for most, but not for the pregnant woman alone in Lakes Shore Hospital. Her husband, a janitor at the local bank, had divorced her with a baby on the way. The year was 1930. Dr. Harry Bates, glasses on, balding, meticulous, delivered her baby boy without apparent complications. But as the exhausted mother rested, Dr. Bates frowned at what he saw. The child's right foot was completely backward, heel forward, toes facing back. How could he tell this heartbroken woman her perfect son was deformed? When she sensed his discomfort and he explained, she burst into tears. There is a procedure, he assured her. What he didn't say is that it required specialized orthopedic surgery by experts not found within 100 miles of their tiny town. Whatever treatment this impoverished child received would fall to a family doctor with limited orthopedic experience. In just 2 weeks, this determined physician educated himself on infant orthopedic surgery. The procedure demanded precision, severing the pencil-sized fibula and tibia, rotating the foot forward, all while preserving critical blood supply. Dr. Bates performed it perfectly. The boy would stand perhaps, but never run. He might someday walk. The grateful mother in that shabby house on Madison Street compensated with love what the doctor might have lacked in expertise. The boy's foot grew stronger because he spent hours kicking a football onto his roof and catching it as it fell. A block away stood Columbia's High's football field. Soon the boy was retrieving stray balls, kicking him back over the fence with surprising accuracy. Years later, when he showed up for kicker tryouts, imagine the surprise of the team physician, Dr. Harry Bates himself. That backward foot would kick winning goals for the University of Arkansas, and then for 10 years in the NFL with the Cardinals and the Giants. He led the league in 1959, hitting 20 of 29 field goals. Between seasons, he taught history, having earned his master's degree. Then that voice became one of the most recognized in all America. The malformed child from the one-parent household in Lake City grew up to become Pat Summerall. Pat Summerall wasn't just any sports broadcaster. He announced an unprecedented 16 Super Bowls, more than anyone in history. By his passing in 2013, Pat Summerall had become one of the most beloved figures in sports media, all because a small-town doctor refused to accept limitations, and a young boy turned his disadvantage into his greatest strength. Well, let that sink in. A baby born with his foot facing backward, a small-town doctor with no specialty training, and a mother abandoned and broke who dared to believe anyway? And somehow that child grows up to become not just a professional athlete, but a legendary voice known in every living room in America. Let's pull out the gold for us to use in our life from this story. First is, you don't need to be ready. You just need to be willing. Dr. Harry Bates wasn't trained for infant orthopedic surgery. He wasn't qualified, but he didn't wait for permission. He prepared himself anyway. The best aren't always the most prepared, they're the most committed to becoming prepared. Second, your circumstances don't get a vote on your potential. No father, no money, no specialist, a backward foot. The world would have bet against Pat Summerall, but Pat didn't let his circumstances call the shots. Where you start does not determine where you finish. Your success isn't limited by your resources. It's ignited by your resourcefulness. Third, obstacles are the hidden curriculum of greatness. Most people would assume he'll never walk, but because of the challenge, Pat Summerall kicked and kicked and kicked. Your limitation might just be your specialization. That injury might be shaping your superpower. That rejection might be redirecting your destiny. Don't resent the hard thing. Instead, master it. So take out your Darren Daily Journal and reflect on this. Where are you holding back because you feel unqualified? And what's one step that you can take this week to move forward anyway? What quote unquote limitation in your life could you train into a strength? Be specific. Flip the script. Who has made a Dr. Bates level difference in your life? Write their name down and then thank them today. Pat Summerall could have been just another sob story, but instead he became a success story, a legacy, a voice heard across generations. All because a small town doctor said yes when it mattered most, and a young boy kicked past his excuses. Now the question is, what's your backward foot? And how will you use it to move forward? Share your answer with us in the comments below.